Today we'll be looking at the top 5 motherboards for the Intel Core i5 13600K. We've got budget options, high-end beats, small form factor options, and our top pick waiting for you. Check out bestmotherboardzone.com for more details, and don't forget all the prices are in the description below. So let's get started. Number 5, MSI Meg B660 Mortar Wi-Fi D4. Best Micro-ATX motherboard for i5 13600K. The MSI Meg B660M Mortar is arguably the best B660 motherboard out there in terms of overall value. It's like a smaller brother to the B660 Tomahawk. While it does cut some corners here and there, this is still a great motherboard that will be quite good for most gamers. Of course, this is a Micro-ATX motherboard, so there will be some compromises here and there. However, if you can get by with just 2 M2 slots, don't need multiple fan headers, and need something more compact, then this is the board to get. The cherry on top is that you save a lot of money in the process. While the B660M Mortar is affordable, that does not mean it looks cheap. The Mortar series has always had an interesting design language, and the same is true for the B660 version. Thanks to the metallic silver finish on the heatsinks, the motherboard gives off a minimalist and industrial look. This is a board that can fit well into an all-white theme. All of the heatsinks complement each other beautifully, and even the rear panel cover goes along with theme. Branding is minimal, with just an MSI logo on the rear cover and Mortar branding on the chipset heatsink. As for storage, this Micro-ATX motherboard is equipped with 2 M2 slots and 6 SATA ports. It would have been nice to see another M2 slot here, but the form factor did not allow for that. Apart from that, there are 4 fan headers, which is a considerably lower number compared to other high-end ATX B660 motherboards. Still, that might not be a big issue if you already have a fan controller. Apart from that, there are no real compromises with this motherboard. You're getting a robust 14-phase VRM configuration, and 12 of those phases are dedicated to the V-core. It's good to see that nearly all B60 motherboards are decent in terms of power delivery, and this one lives up to the standard. Motherboard overclocking is also quite good compared to other Micro-ATX motherboards. It can handle 128 gigs of DDR4 memory with a maximum speed of up to 4800 MHz. Even though Intel processors work fine enough with lower frequency memory compared to Ryzen, this sort of performance is nice to see on a Micro-ATX board. Finally, this motherboard is not lacking in terms of connectivity either. You're getting 2.5 gigabit per second Ethernet, Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.2, and plenty of USB ports. Overall, the B660M Mortar compares well against the competition. The Asus Prime B660MA is a close competitor, but the Mortar has a better build quality. In fact, it comes close to the quality of the B660 Tomahawk. The only difference is that this one is Micro-ATX. Either way, it's hands down the best budget B660 motherboard. Number 4, Asus ROG Strix Z690i, best Mini ITX motherboard for i5 13600K. The Asus ROG Strix Z690i is a top-tier Mini ITX motherboard that is a great pair for the i5 13600K, making it an excellent choice for compact gaming PCs. The strongest point is its robust power delivery system, which competes with full-sized ATX Z690 motherboards. The 10+1 phase VRM has 105 amp power stages, making it a great choice for overclocking as well. The VRM cooling solution is adequate as well, since Asus has installed large fan heatsinks for this purpose. The flagship Core i9 can be paired with the Z690i as well, and you can expect moderate overclocking results on the CPU with this VRM setup. The ideal pairing seems to be the Core i7 or the Core i5 at fully overclocked settings. The board also has unique features such as the BIOS flashback option, clear CMOS button, 2 additional PCBs for extensions, and RGB ARGB headers. When it comes to aesthetics, the Asus ROG Strix Z690i is quite an attractive board. The classic Asus ROG design language is easily identifiable, and there is a healthy sprinkling of brave decisions as well. Asus has extended the I/O cover downwards and laterally to fuse with the M2 heatsink to make one giant L-shaped heatsink cover that gives this board a unique look. The corner of said heatsink contains the ROG Strix script and the iconic ROG I. Overall, an excellent design for gaming PCs. Conclusively, the Asus ROG Strix Z690i is one of the best Mini ITX motherboards on the market. However, it is also a very expensive motherboard since it caters to a limited market. You should definitely consider this board, however, if you plan to build a compact, high-end Intel gaming PC. Number 3, MSI Meg B760 Tomahawk Wi-Fi DDR4, best budget motherboard for the Intel Core i5 13600K. The MSI Meg B760 Tomahawk Wi-Fi DDR4 is a budget-friendly motherboard that doesn't compromise on performance or aesthetics, making it an excellent choice for the Intel Core i5 13600K. MSI has a knack for creating visually appealing motherboards, and the Meg B760 Tomahawk is no exception. Its all-black design, including the PCB and various heatsinks, give it a sleek and sophisticated look that will complement any build style. Despite its budget-friendly positioning, the Meg B760 Tomahawk is packed with features. It boasts a PCIe 5.0 slot, providing future-proofing for upcoming graphics cards. It also includes 3 Gen 4 M2 slots, offering up to 64 gigabytes per second for optimal read and write speeds. The motherboard also features an integrated I/O shield, reducing the hassle of installing a separate one. The rear I/O is generous, including a USB 3.2 Gen 2 x 2 Type-C port, integrated Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and 2.5 gigabit LAN. One of the standout features of the Mag B760 Tomahawk is MSI's Easy M2 clip, which provides a toolless installation process for M2 SSDs. This simplifies the building process and eliminates the need for tiny screws. Despite its lower price point, the B760 Tomahawk comes with some handy accessories, including a Wi-Fi antenna for the integrated Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth, an Easy M2 clip for easy SSD installation, and SATA cables for older storage mediums. The board supports a wide range of 12th and 13th gen CPUs, making it a versatile choice for budget, mid-range, or high-end systems. However, it's best suited for the Intel Core i3 and i5 processors due to its lack of overclocking support and lower PCIe lane count. In conclusion, the MSI Mag B760 Tomahawk Wi-Fi DDR4 is a great choice for those looking for a budget-friendly motherboard that doesn't skimp on features or aesthetics. Its future-proofing capabilities and sleek design make it a standout choice for the Intel Core i5 13600K if you're on a budget. Number 2, Asus ROG Maximus Z790 Hero, best high-end motherboard for the Intel Core i5 13600K. The Intel Core i5 13600K might not be as powerful as the 13900K, but it's still a powerful CPU that you can push to its limits with overclocking. The Asus ROG Maximus Z790 Hero is one of the very best motherboards on the market currently. This motherboard separates itself from the crowd thanks to its extraordinary power delivery system and robust cooling solution. Asus has provided a 20+1 phase VRM design on this motherboard that is ideally matched for your Core i5 13600K CPU. You can overclock this processor to your heart's content on this motherboard, and the VRM components will be able to match your demands. What is especially notable about the Maximus Z790 Hero is the cooling solution for the VRM components. Asus has not spared any expense in its design, resulting in a massive heatsink array that covers the VRM components on the top and side of the CPU socket. The heatsink assembly is extremely effective and allows the user to overclock even the most demanding Intel processors like the i9 13900K. We also like the MSI Meg Z790 Ace in this price category, but the Asus option edges out this comparison thanks to its versatile feature set and superior design language. The VRM cooling on the Asus offering is also more reliable in certain overclocking scenarios. Of course, a Z790 motherboard in this price category has to be packed with features, and the Asus ROG Maximus Z790 Hero is no exception. We particularly like the Thunderbolt 4 ports on the rear I/O, as well as the plethora of storage options that Asus has provided. These features make the Maximus Z790 Hero a very attractive option for power users and enthusiasts. Asus is also known to be a bit of a fan favorite when it comes to aesthetics and design language. The ROG Maximus Z790 Hero is another one of Asus's offerings that may be desirable on the basis of looks alone. The massive RGB panel on the I/O cover, combined with the decals and the chipset heatsink, give the board a very distinctive look and a bold personality. Potential buyers may also consider Asus's own ROG Strix Z790E Gaming for a small discount over the Maximus option, but the latter brings significant advantages in terms of features and power delivery. Being a premium motherboard on the latest Intel chipset, the Maximus Z790 Hero is certainly not a cheap option. It does not deliver the best price to performance ratio, but if you're in the market for a premium motherboard in this price bracket, that metric does not carry much weight. The Maximus Z790 Hero is our pick for the best high-end motherboard you can currently buy for the Core i5 13600K. Number 1, Asus TUF Gaming Z790 Plus Wi-Fi D4. Best motherboard for the i5 13600K. Taking the top spot on our list is the Asus TUF Gaming Z790 Plus Wi-Fi D4, an affordable powerhouse motherboard that pairs perfectly with the Intel Core i5 13600K. This DDR4 motherboard is a PC builder's dream, boasting a plethora of features in a very competitive price that make it stand out in the crowd. The board offers a high-speed rear I/O that doesn't include any outdated USB 2.0 ports. It's ready for the future, with all M2 slots being PCIe Gen 4 compatible and the main GPU slot offering Gen 5 compliance. This means you're all set for the next wave of PCIe 5.0 graphics cards. Also, its industrial aesthetic is a bonus for those who prefer a darker themed PC setup. The motherboard's specifications are impressive. It supports CPU overclocking, has a 16+1 VRM power phase design, and can handle up to 128 gigabytes of DDR4 memory. It offers a variety of PCIe slots, including a x16 PCIe 5.0 slot and multiple PCIe 4.0 slots. The USB connections are plentiful both at the rear and front, and it features a 2.5 gigabit LAN and a Wi-Fi 6 module. The TUF Gaming Z790 Plus Wi-Fi D4 stands out with its unique design that gives your system an industrial edge. It's not just about looks though. The motherboard offers a wealth of connectivity options, particularly for a DDR4 design. The storage support is a standout feature with 4x4 PCIe 4.0 slots for high-speed M2 SSDs, providing ample space for even the most extensive game libraries. However, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. RGB enthusiasts might might be disappointed with the lack of lighting effects on this motherboard. While the design itself is striking enough to set this board apart, those who want to add a splash of color to their build might feel let down. Additionally, while the motherboard is versatile in terms of connectivity, the networking options are somewhat limited to the inclusion of a Wi-Fi 6 module instead of the more powerful Wi-Fi 6E. In conclusion, the Asus TUF Gaming Z790 Plus Wi-Fi D4 is an excellent choice for mid-range gamers seeking a Z790 to pair with the Intel Core i5 13600K that strikes a balance between performance, connectivity, aesthetics, and price. A few improvements like Wi-Fi 6E and DDR5 support and more RGB could make it even better, but it remains a solid choice for mid-range PC builds with the 13600K. Alright guys, we've just gone through the top 5 motherboards for the Intel Core i5 13600K. Which is the best for you? Tell us in the comments. Smash that like button, share, and subscribe for more epic reviews and tutorials. But don't go yet. There's another video popping up right now that you can't miss. Thanks for watching and keep building.